presenting. Thank you for inviting me and giving me the opportunity for today. The background of my company, I do it with my other partners. That is my husband, SYED Kamarudin, and my partner, Hartini Salimun. I have accounting department, I have audit department, and I have taxation department, but mainly focus on taxation. So that's how SYED Kamarudin grow, and we are having plan to open a branch. I think one branch in this year, another branch next year. Is in the pipeline already. After I finished my ACCA, my friend, my very good friend, she worked in Ernst & Young Johor Bahru, so she had a problem with taxation, and she was asking me, Sharifah, how are we solving this problem? So I give her a solution, and she managed to give to the manager the solution. She managed to naik pangkat on that particular solution, and she told me, Sharifah, you have helped me a lot. Why not you open up a company to help the SME about taxation? Because not everybody knows about taxation, because the way you tell the people about taxation is the way it's like you're telling a story to them. Because a lot of small and medium-sized company, they're not aware about taxation. They know how to do sales, they know how to do profit, but when it comes to tax, they just like, okay, I'm giving to my tax consultant, I'm giving to my accountant, you do it. But as a business owner, you should know your figure. You should know your taxation, because the moment your tax consultant submit your application, even the tax consultant submitted it, but the responsibility is fully yours. So you have to know that particular obligation. That's how I started, and now is where I am today. Well, we managed to get a client who have more than 100 million turnover. For a small size company, it's not a medium size even. And then we managed to get one of the biggest Malaysian steaks house provider to be our clients, and that is the biggest achievement which the client trusts us. And whenever that we give a solutions or we give a suggestion, they don't question. That is the biggest achievement of our company. A lot of people was asking me, okay, if I want a tax consultant, I Google, I get a lot of tax consultants. Yes, I told them. But how many of your tax consultants, before they submit the taxation, the tax form, before they presented the financial statement, they'll sit down with you and go to you line by line and explain to you what is your liability, what is happening if you are declaring like this, and what is happening if you declaring like that. Because some company or some entrepreneurs, they would like to make a lot of profit, but I don't want to pay tax a lot. You do lah, whatever you can do, I don't want to pay tax a lot. But they don't know that in order to do that, you have to have a very strong supporting document. You cannot create a supporting document because the IRB will know. Because they have their IRB, they have an intelligence system which look at the ratio, and they know how to pick up cases that they know that they're gonna get a lot of penalty from. So in my field, normally what I do, people in business, they will do accounting first, and then they do audit, then the last part is taxation. But for my part, the first thing is accounting, and then after that taxation, and then after that one is for your past or historical data. But for your future data, what we do is, the first thing is you have to have forecast. From the forecast, we'll see your tax how much. Then from there, we do a planning for you. So you already know how much you have to pay tax. And then we make sure you are not paying a lot of tax compared to your sales. And we are making sure that you are not paying very low tax compared to your sales and compared to your industry itself. For me, most of it, I'll manage to save their tax, and they are very satisfied. So for me, the difference between me and other tax consultants is I provide the advice. It's line by line. And then before we submit, we'll be telling them, okay, this is how much you have to submit. Are you agree? And then if they say it's too high, lah, Sharifah, can I see you and can I talk to you on how is it too high? For me, I rasa it's too high. So I will sitting down with them and I explain line by line, and most of them will agree to submit the one that I propose. That is how we do our taxation. and we make sure that we can secure the accounting, because if the this is simple, if you key in garbage will be out. So if your data is not a proper data you key in, so you cannot get the result that you wanted. That is how we are different from other tax consultants. The first thing first, you have to make sure all the accounting being keyed in accordingly, and because LHDN only evaluate the third party documentation, that's mean your bank statement, your payment receipts, your payment voucher, sometimes they can question you. So anything that with a third party should be have no problem. And make sure that you know your numbers. It doesn't mean that you have to know the debit or credit, no, but you know numbers. You know that your sale is there. You know that is the number of your sale, this is the number of your expenses, and this is the number of more likely your profit. Because as a business owner, you should know your number. And then you should question. Number two, you should question if you are Sdn Bhd. For audit report, make sure your auditor read with you line by line the audited report. Okay, I just give a simple things. Audit report is a documentation that can get you a loan, a grant, an opportunity. If your audit report is clean and good, then you can get it. But if your audit report is not clean, it's not good, that means you have to discuss with the auditor. If this year is not good, how am I going to get a good and clean audit report for the next year? So auditor should give a suggestion to you, because you are paying them for that. And whoever that doing your accounts, it is internal, then let them know, because once you prepare accounts prepare accordingly to what auditors want, then you should have no problem. And make sure whatever that you declare is in the paper. If you don't have the paper, don't declare it, because if you don't have the paper, if LHN comes to you, it's gonna be you at the loose side. You don't have any document to nego with them. You have to, if orang Melayu cakap, you have to reda je lah. You have to just take it lah, okay lah, I just accept, something like that. That is my advice. And those entrepreneurs, make sure that don't take accounting, taxations, and auditing it's not easy. It's not an important things in your business. Actually, this is the important parts of your business. And please don't negotiate with your accountants, especially if they charges you so high, if the service is good, because the account itself is your blood, it's your system. In order your blood to jalan, you make sure the account is good, the audit will be good, the tax will be good. So that is how the business prosper. Normally I woke up at the latest by 6 a.m. I would be woke up, because I have to prepare lunch box for my daughter. So I'll be sending her to school around 7, because she's in Chinese school. So 7:15 you have to be in the school, if not pintu pagar tutup. Then after that I'm having my me time. I have a breakfast first, then I'm watching a little bit of my K-drama, and then after about 8:15 then I'll prepare myself to work if I have a morning meeting. If I don't have a morning meeting, I'll be at home, and I'll become a BB at my house. Either I kemas, and one more thing, I like to cook, and you can ask my staff. I always cook. What you want to eat? That is how I release my stress. So I like to cook for people, because I enjoy seeing them eating. And now my husband is opening a cafe, so I cook some of the dishes lah, like a cinnamon roll, whatever that I can do. I just to help him around. So that's how I started my day. Richard Branson. Why? I don't know how to say it, but he have the kind of aura that telling that people that he's a rich guy, but he doesn't show his money, but he's showing it with his how he's giving back to the community, and how he's giving back to the society. And he's not the kind of guy that showing all the expensive and exclusive stuff that he have, rather than he sharing about how he have his day, when fishing, when whatever that is, and the way that he's network with people. he doesn't judge people. Everybody that he meet, he will just treat the same, because because we cannot judge people because we don't know that people is who. That is one thing. Another thing, maybe that people doesn't have the knowledge as good as master students or PhD students, but they have the life knowledge that can give you a lot of lesson. That's how I love Richard Branson, because now he's not in the business already. He's already enjoying his life. When I part with my previous partners, because we do have some disagreement. Before this, my whole life after I studied, I didn't work. I just working for as a part-time lecturer because I'm taking care of my sick mother. My mother was on wheelchair since I was 17 years old. My mother is on wheelchair, but she's still working, and she's working until she's pension. She's a government staff, and I adore her spirit. While working, I think she have more than 4 times already get an award of excellent staff. So, and then after that, after I'm taking care of her, because at the point of time, one of my sisters passed away. So my late sister was telling me that if I have a time, I want to take care of my mom. And she did take care of her about 1.5 years, and she just she knew that she is going to go. And then after that, she was telling me that if not now, when? And she was telling my mom that I don't know when I don't know whoever gonna die first, but when I have the time, I want to spend with you. That's how I make a decision to quit my job at the point of time as a financial consultant in one of the software house in Subang Jaya. So I told my mom, never mind, I take care of you. And then after that, my dad told me, you want to further study? Then you further study. Then I further study. After I further study, after a while, then my mom just passed, I think, in 2020. So at the point of time, when I was with my partner, and one of the hardest decision is when she asked me to choose between my mom and the business, because my mom was at the hospital at point of time, to choose between the business and my mother, which one to prioritize. And I cakap, business I can find anywhere, but I cannot find I have only one mom. So at the point of time, I just leave the business, and at the point of time, I have 2 my loyal staff that was following me. One is my PA today with me, Faizura, and another one is my partner, Hartini. They followed me until today. Entrepreneurship is not an easy journey, even though in the first try you get millions or 2 millions or 3 millions. Equip yourself with basic knowledge. That's mean the legislation, the accounting, the law, and everything. Make sure yourself covered with all the compliance submissions before you go to the Instagram and telling people that I bought this house cash. My daily sales is like 50,000 per day. It's not a good thing to do. I know it's a good marketing, but it's not a proper way to do. So and please, to young entrepreneurs, please look at entrepreneurship as a journey for you to enjoy, to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And if you want to stay long in the entrepreneur's world, make sure you have to have a very thick skin. That is number one. Number 2, you have to don't make enemy around the business world, because it's only very, very small, even though in Malaysia or in overseas, but it's business circles is people know one another. They know one another eventually. And look at business on how to grow and how to leave a legacy. Not do business, after that you drop, and then after that nowhere to go, don't know what to do. So plan the business for legacy is the best. Get a proper and good mentor. It doesn't mean that you have to have a high qualification. If you have, it's a bonus for you. But if you don't have, get a good mentor or proper mentor in doing business. And the last but not least, learn as much as you can from everybody around you, because everybody that you meet will give you lesson, and everybody that you meet will give you something that new to you. Even though if you meet sometimes you meet people along the road pun, you will learn something new from them. So lastly, be humble. That's it.